Alright, we have made it to Avengers Tower with our group here. Still just playing straight through story mode. If you've been playing along with me, this recommended level that you'll see in the bottom right hand corner here says level 15. If we look at our team, we have Star-Lord at 17, who's been with us from the beginning. Everybody else is 13. And let's see if we can help them out a little bit. We might not be able to do too much for him at this point, but we'll do what we can. He'll be 14 shortly. Let's see, Hulk. We'll give him one of these good ones. That will get him to 14. And actually we have a Cosmic, which is even better. We'll give that to Wolverine, I suppose. And we'll go back and give that Cosmic to Thor. So that will have us at 14 plus with all our crew here. Then while we're at it, we'll take a look at these skills. So I want to reduce the cost of that because we're going to be using that a lot. Let's go ahead and put some more damage on that. I use that quite a bit. As a matter of fact, these two top skills are probably, it's not going to improve the stagger. I'm going to leave that one alone. Those are probably the two I'll use most. We got Thunderclap with Hulk. We want to go ahead and put some damage on that. It's a great skill. With Wolverine, we've got his Adamantium Assault. It's a fantastic skill. Lots of damage. And we got Primal Rage. We'll leave that alone for right now. That's his buff. He buffs himself. And let's see, with Star-Lord, the only one we could add stuff to would be Wolverine. It costs a lot. I'd really like to be able at some point to get that one leveled up to get more AoE on it. So we're going to run with this right now. Just don't forget to visit these things. Something else, when you're on one of these circles, you can go to the lab. Don't forget to go to the lab and actually go into the AES. Okay, my first place that I like to go is to the Vitality Hexagon. Some people would say go straight to Energy. I like to take a little trip to Vitality first, and I'll show you why. We're not going to have quite enough to get there just yet, but there are two nodes that I'm looking to get here, and that is recovers 3% of extreme attack damage done as HP, recovers 3% of extreme attack damage done as HP, and then you've got 1% of extreme attack damage done as HP, and another 1% of extreme attack damage done as HP. So if you get all of those, you get 8% of whatever you do during your extreme attack added back to your health bar, which is huge. It makes a massive difference. And if we just had a little bit more gold, we could go ahead and get that first one. So we're going to be looking to get that gold and fill that in as soon as we have the opportunity, and that'll at least start getting us a little bit of heal when we do our EX attacks. It's a real game changer to be able to heal up when you're EXing a boss. I couldn't tell you how many fights that I've got through without using any revives, simply because I was able to EX and recover enough.
You should be able to manually reboot the tower's defenses sector by
Okay, so what you do here, these bots will get back up. You want to defeat them as closely as you can to all at the same time. Not going to guarantee I'm going to pull that off because sometimes they just don't happen that way. But you want to defeat them as closely as you can to all at the same time. You walk up to the computer terminal, hold down on the A button, and you will be disrupted if you get hit, but you do not lose all of your progress on the terminal immediately. So if you get interrupted, if you can get right back on it, if it's just one robot interrupting you, you get right back on it, and you can finish that up. But if it's multiple robots interrupting you, you're just gonna have to go and defeat them and then come back. All right, so you just heard Nick Fury. He said there's something in the area. It's right here to the left. So we just want to run down here. I'm not doing these, but we're going to go in there and touch it anyway. If you go in there and do that, even though you didn't go in, it's still available to you. So you can go there if you want later. And you do want to later on.
I have found a means to evolve machine-kind.
Alright, we got Ultron bots here.
Making humanity obsolete. Prepare to be removed from service.
Okay, they were paralyzed. That might have been a good time for me to jump on that terminal, even though they weren't quite defeated yet. Alright, right now I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. It looks like they're all tied up fighting other AI team members. And this is what I was talking about. There we go. We still got it, even though they weren't all defeated. The time was okay to go for it there. Alright. Was a shock launch combo, which is a surge synergy. That's what they call that. Does fantastic damage. Most anything combined with an element does pretty decent damage. I may check and see what that ISO is real quick, if that's a resist being interrupted. Then I want to put that on somebody. Hulk has a little bit of built-in resist interruption. It's increased likelihood of being. That one decreases damage dealt. So I'm looking for one that doesn't decrease damage dealt. So there's not a lot of really good stuff to put on these guys yet, but we will throw this on Hulk. Give him some strength. Because why not? He's the strongest one there is, you know, so a little bit stronger doesn't hurt anything.
Iron Man's armors were designed to aid us against our enemies, not to become enemies themselves. You're a bit late to the party.
Like I said, if you can, you want to disable as many of them as possible altogether. And I'm going to hope those two are busy with Hulk and Wolverine over there and don't notice that I'm typing on the computer. And it worked out beautifully. That doesn't always happen, by the way.
Avengers, this is the Wasp. I'd love to join the fun, but I'm currently locked down in the main living quarters. If you happen to have a second to swing by and set me free, that'd be swell.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to go up here. Got some Ultron bots on this hallway.
Figured that hacking our systems was only the first stage of the attack. Now Ultron sent his drones to do his dirty work. Good thing I'm in the mood to crack open some metal heads.
Go ahead and just at least paralyze these guys. And that's the other thing about Star-Lord. I know I've mentioned this in some of the other videos, but Star-Lord and Thor have those electrical attacks. And if you can manage to get an enemy paralyzed, every hit against them is critical, just the same way it is when you have a boss stunned or staggered. The other thing, an enemy with a stagger bar, if they are paralyzed, a synergy attack against them will stun them. So that's pretty cool too. Even bosses. You can stun bosses by paralyzing them and then using a synergy attack on them. Okay, so we need Wolverine and Star-Lord. We need this lovely shock barrage, which would be an elemental barrage. Got a red ISO 8. And if anybody's wondering Wolverine's health, it does regen very slowly in this game, but it does regen. and that regen is based on his maximum health, but it is not a large enough percentage for it to be worthwhile to stack health regen on him, or stack health on him. It's a very small percent. It's something like 3% of his health he gets every so many seconds regen. So it's such a small amount that it's really a waste of an ISO slot unless you just don't have any other ISO. It would have been cool to maybe see a regen build be viable, but it's really not. Okay, I can't remember. I'm just double checking. I can't remember if there's a box out here in this thing somewhere or not. I don't think there is. It's the other puzzle. But we do have one in the top corner of the room, so don't forget to come up here and pick that guy up. It's a big XP cube, and you know we're going to need all the XP we can get, because we're not stopping. We're going straight through story mode. No breaks. No rifts.
Avengers party. No crashers allowed.
By the way, I do not discourage people from doing rifts. Matter of fact, I would say go ahead and do a rift or two. It'll make story mode that much easier. You'll get a few levels. And especially if you want to swap up your characters, if your characters are not the recommended level for the level you're playing, then by all means take them into a wave rift and level them up before you try to do the level you're on, because these recommended levels are a minimum requirement, or I think so anyway. It's like when you get the game and it says minimum system requirement. That's when it says you should be level 15 to do this. That's at a minimum. You can do it at a lower level. It just becomes rather painful. You don't put out enough damage to drop the enemies. Even if you play it well, it's slow because you're not doing that much damage. When you're under leveled, that is. Once again, Star-Lord comes in really handy in those crowded areas. We picked up the Wasp. Wasp is an outstanding character. If you want to run her, she would probably replace Star-Lord in this comp. She's really good single target damage. She has a whirlwind and she has a rapid fire attack, and you put out a whirlwind and then shoot it with rapid fire, and it does fantastic damage. She also has a charge that does good damage, and then her other move's just a slam. It's not a big deal. But I just forgot to mention, I'm sure you saw me, but there is a chest that was right here behind Thor on that staircase. So don't forget to pick up that chest on your way through. For the most part, I like the way they decorated Avengers Tower. Lots of different looks on different things through here. Now this right here does annoy me. We just walked out of that room and into this puzzle room, and now we're back in this room again. We have to walk back out into the puzzle room once again. So that I'd be lying if I said that didn't annoy me. Just that little detail. There's some details I can overlook. That one gets to me every time. I think it's because I'm often already walking with the joystick. Or the analog stick. I'm already planning on going a certain direction. I'm already pushing that direction. And then next thing you know, I'm back in the room that I already left, and the direction I'm pushing is not the right direction. So we got two terminals in this room, one for green walls and one for blue walls. Once you get rid of the blue walls, we are able to come down here, and I guess that we already destroyed that box with collateral damage there. There was a crate over here on this side of the room, but it appears it is gone. Not a big deal. Just means we already got it. Also, when you get synergy attacks going like that, it's a good idea to use your regular basic attacks at the same time to get that EP refill. Okay, so the top corner of this room also has a treasure chest, just like the other room did. It's deja vu. Okay, he's disabled. We're going to get in here, do what we can to these guys. Getting all kinds of levels and things here. Hopefully we get on this terminal and get this done before any of these guys wake back up. We did. There is a box in this room, right over here. Nice pretty Avengers box. Has a cosmic XP orb in it. Okay, I think we have a checkpoint up here. And I know I've said it before, but every time you cross one of these, it puts this spot on the chapter select on the main menu. So if you quit, you can always get back here on chapter select. So ignore the warnings of losing progress if you quit the game. It just means any progress since the last time you crossed one of these. If you've crossed one of these, you can always get back. I do want to do one thing while we're here. If you remember, we were like a couple thousand short of getting that first heal on EX attack. And even though we probably don't have enough stuff to do much more than this, I do want to get that first one. And let's see if we could do 50 there and 60 there. Don't know if we got the fundage for it, but nope, not quite. But hey, we're on our way to more heal. Everybody's got their EX charged, so you'll be able to tell this time as we fight Ultron up here that we will be getting health back when we perform our EX attack. We'll try to kill these minor mobs first. I just walked right into that beam. Okay, so we got rid of the minor mobs. Once you get rid of them, Star-Lord's not bad against Ultron, simply because Ultron does tend to stay fairly still a lot, which does allow you to drop tornadoes on him, like such. Of course, I've got guys on my team who are going to blow those tornadoes up constantly. Didn't use my EX attack on this part of Ultron because, as you can see, we've nearly got him down past the first line on his health bar. So there's going to be a second stage to his attack. Right here, don't worry about your AI buddies. Just keep yourself out of that line of fire. Gonna use that amped up to my advantage there. Clear that trash. We're working on the next bar of Ultron's health here.
Even my most powerful attacks cannot match the might of the Mind Stone.
Unfortunately, that completely missed. That's alright. Let's switch over to Thor. Well, that was no fun. There we go. We've almost got him past that bar now. Get over on the Hulk. Okay, we're on the last segment of Ultron's bar. Okay, these guys are like suicide bombers, so you want to destroy them if at all possible. Yeah, or what just happened will happen. Okay, so What we want to do now is, if possible, stagger Ultron and not get hit. Okay, now we're going to EX him with everybody. And you'll get to see that while it didn't do a whole lot of healing, because it just did 3% of our damage, and we're not doing that much damage with our EX attack yet, but you can see that it took us from being nearly dead, a whole team was almost dead. At least now we got a fighting chance in this. You know, before it was like, oh man, there's no way you're gonna die. Just that 3% was enough. So that there we go. Got the battle completed and no troubles.
Ultimo's a walking weapon of mass destruction. He may be headed for Avengers Tower, but Ultron could easily use him.
Now we got this Ultimo bot headed our way. This is not my favorite battle. Don't really care for this one. Not this particular one, but the one that's coming up. The Ultimo battle. I don't mind killing the Ultron sentry bots here. It's just your normal trash clear kind of stuff. Hey, I have my charge. I love Hulk's charge. Oh, dash. Didn't quite make the dash. I tried. When you see Ultimo's eyes light up, that is like they are right now. If you look back there, you see it. He's going to look over to the left, and then he's going to start sweeping across. You got to time that dash perfectly to avoid that. Now, if you have somebody like Captain America on your team, you can use your invulnerability during that time. He's about to do another sweep. You going to be ready? All right, we timed that one good. Like I said, it's kind of hard to time. Don't feel bad if you miss it. He's about to do another one if we don't get it cleared, but I think, yeah, we got it cleared in time. So that's the mechanics of that fight. You just got to fight those bots and watch out for those I-beams because they are nasty.
And prepare the weaponry required for the final battle. Meet me there at once. Yeah.
Alright, we unlocked Hawkeye, just kind of out of nowhere there. I really enjoy his character. I'm not going to be putting him on our team, but I really do like him. He's really good at destroying items that can be broken. He has self-synergy, which means he can synergize with his own skills. And he has fantastic range on his light attack. I'd say the only cons is that he doesn't do much stagger damage. But and then his overall damage output isn't the highest, but it's really not bad once you understand how to use him. But he does use quite a bit of energy. So he's really better once you have your AES system filled out a little bit and you have more energy. That's when he shines.
Proximity to the Mind Stone should enhance my processing power exponentially.
Does that mean you can shut Ultimo down?
And that's partially the reason for the team that I've chosen on this first run through. Until we start filling out the energy side of the AES hexagons, you really can't spam your abilities that much. You have to rely a lot more on your heavy attack and your light attack. And Thor and Hulk have some of the best basic attacks in the game. I mean, both of them have heavy attacks that are ranged, do great stagger damage. Do a decent amount of health damage as well.
Analysis has Ultron's neural network.
Does that
We're
mean
about
we
to
can
see
roll
how
Ultimo's defenses?
really
We may not be
clueless the AI is when it comes
but
to
we can disrupt Ultron's control signal.
teamwork.
Weapons adjusted to target Ultron's core program.
We have these 4 cannons we need to man here.
I have succeeded in
We want to do it
lowering
as
Ultimo's
quickly as
defenses.
possible.
Target Ultimo. Now.
So I'm on this one, I'm already firing. Wolverine did get on that one very quickly. I'm proud of him.
Thanks for the backup.
But sometimes they stand around forever, it seems like, before they get on a cannon and start firing.
Firewall has been breached.
Okay, so now what we got to do is just clear garbage.
Efforts were for nothing.
I will need to collect more data and search for another entry point into his system. I'm in huge trouble here.
Okay, when you kill that last enemy, you want to get back on a cannon as quickly as possible.
Bring shame to your artificial
You get these little yellow beams. I don't know if that one's going to hit me or not. Yeah, it does. It's really hard to tell if it's behind you or at you. Now, if you move, they'll target you for so long, and then, well, that didn't work out. After a while, they quit targeting you.
Second firewall has been breached.
You will not corrupt my system again.
Okay,
Surrender.
I want to just kill as much trash as we can here.
To permanently upgrade your minds.
If you can hear me, oh, watch out for those I-beams. I knew I was toast as soon as I saw them. I was just in the wrong place in the middle of something I couldn't stop.
Weakened once again. Activate turrets.
This is merely a minor setback.
Tell that to the people whose lives you just trampled.
Usually you can get this done in 2 sections on this last part,
More data must be gathered from the
which
sectors
looks like
before
we're
I
looking
can
good for that.
The Mind Stone. All mechanical life is mine to command. And mankind will be next.
Alright, here comes those I-beams. And depending on the angle, sometimes those are really hard to avoid. You know, if you get tore up by I-beams, don't feel bad. It
This is successfully neutralized.
it can be very difficult to get around those things.
Attack.
Doing pretty well here. I think from the looks of this, we're probably going to be able to finish him off. Yeah, easy. Got him finished off there, and I think that's the minimum amount you're going to do on your first trip through story.
Initiating containment protocol.
All in all, it's pretty clean. Except for that one I-beam incident there.
I am.
Okay, that took us all the way through Avengers Tower. So I will see you guys on the next vid. If you've got anything you need to see there, we're going to be at the X Mansion.
Destroy